Give you 15% or more on car insurance.
A tennis tip that I find would translate to a lot of club players would be the understanding of the strike zone. We understand the strike zone to be how from low to high, from ankles to shoulder kind of thing, but the strike zone is also back and forward. And the longer you can keep a ball on your racket strings, the more power and control you're going to have. So you can really improve your game with control and with power by making impact with that ball and staying through that strike zone as long as possible before finishing your shot. Keep the ball on your racket as long as possible and you'll have more power and control.
Yeah, it's a very interesting point because you talk about strike zone being height or if the ball's low, but he's talking about actually keeping it on the strings longer, so he's expanding the strike zone. I'm not sure anyone does it better than Agassi. I mean, this guy, where do you hit the ball to this guy? Forehand or backhand? Pick your poison. I mean, I would probably say the forehand, just because he might make a few more errors off that side. So say that, of course, he makes a backhand error. Jinxed him.
By the way, his serve, I thought, underrated.
You know, when he first started out, he didn't really have much of a serve. He was just a teenager, getting the point started, really. And eventually, he had a great serve. He used it so effectively, could win free points at the right time, gain the advantage in the rally. He always said, I want to find a way to move the point forward to my advantage. And the one way to do that was to improve his serve, and he did.
Hold on a second.
That's the one deference to 39 years of age. You got to take a breather. Maybe not. Andre serving, returning, running his younger opponent all over the court. He leads 4-2. This was earlier today, Kraft Kids Day. It's a tradition on the Outback Champion Series, and the kids love getting a little access to these players. Yeah,
Michael Pernfors and Jimmy Arias were a part of it as the kids were able to get some advice from some of the best players ever to play the game. Wayne Bryan was also on hand as a master of ceremonies. A lot of fun for everyone.
And our thanks to the players and to Wayne for making that happen at each one of our tour stops around the country. Great crowd here this week in Phoenix. It's been packed. They are aware of the occasion with Andre coming back. They don't have their tour stop in Scottsdale anymore, so they really covet this event the last 2 years.
15-all.
As you mentioned, Andre won that event, actually won it 4 times. 4 of his 60 career titles coming in this town. 93 the first, 2002 the last.
Probably draw some comparisons to Indian Wells also. A light air, desert feel. And Agassi played well there also. It's a nice place for him to jump into the fray. I mean, I always thought the other places he played well were Miami because he trained so much in Bradenton. So he liked the conditions in Florida as well, which were actually heavier and slower. And also Melbourne in Australia, where he played brilliant tennis so often.
4 titles at Flinders Park.
And he liked the surface. He liked that bounce, got right up into the hip for him, his strike zone.
40-30.
Hard courts down under, a little slower than the ones here in the States. That rebound ace.
And he liked playing in the heat because he could put the pressure on his opponents. Put them under the gun.
Game Ferreira, ball change.
right, still a break for Agassi as this first set rolls along.